Sofrito lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you another mukbang from my palatial home in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you a delicious mukbang of sopa de salchichon. Essentially salami soup. And a lot of you are saying salami soup. Yes, salami sausage. Specifically Dominican, Puerto Rican salami sausage that is made in the Caribbean and is a very readily available protein. It's very Puerto Rican, but also very Caribbean and very Latinx to, you know, make a wonderful soup filled with noodles and let me look for carrots. I made a whole bunch of carrots. Where the carrots and potatoes and just a whole slew of other veggies. There's green peppers, red peppers, onions, and of course oregano, Dominican oregano, and Puerto Rican sofrito, and just a lot of great stuff. I'm gonna do a cooking video one of these days so you guys can see me. I love making sopa de salchichon. It's a favorite of mine since I was a kid. And my partner David, who is not Boricua. Oh, some of you had asked me before, is David Puerto Rican? No, David is not Puerto Rican. He's Honduran on his mother's side and Ecuadorian on his father's. And he was born and raised in California and has a lot of Mexican influence in his family because he has a lot of aunts and uncles and that are Mexican, and therefore first cousins that are part Mexican as well. So, okay. I know soup mukbangs can be very challenging, but I'm making this mukbang specifically, shaking the world, sorry. I'm making this mukbang basically to address a comment that was made. Let me give you context. I made a TikTok of me eating this soup, not me making the soup, but me about to eat this soup on Saturday night, because that's when I first cooked it. These are leftovers. They're delicious. The longer this soup, the longer this soup congeals and stays together, and, the older it gets, the better it gets. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Monday. My brain is fried. Please be with me on this. So there was a comment made on another social media platform. Maybe it was Twitter or Instagram. I don't remember because, I made my TikTok and then I posted it everywhere. A comment made about the soup, and someone who was not Puerto Rican, someone who was not Latinx, a white North American person on one of the foodie, it was Facebook, on one of the Facebook groups that I'm on, who saw the TikTok and made a comment about how could I be eating that garbage, that it's poor people's food. A salami soup, that sounds disgusting. He made comments like that. And it's really interesting because a lot of people say that food is not political. Food is deeply political. And the history of food and the sociology and anthropology of food is deeply political. Uh-oh. We're going to get political on a mukbang channel. Yes, we are. Because I think comments like that about poor people's food and he went off to talk about poor countries, developing countries. And I'm just going to keep it simple and straightforward. I think comments like that are deeply classist, deeply elitist, and deeply, deeply racist. Yep, I said it. It's no secret that the culinary world is highly Eurocentric. And wherever you have Eurocentrism, there's white supremacy. There's a good dose of racism and a good dose of ethnocentrism. The culinary world is not. The world of food and the culinary world is not exempt from that. There's a reason why there's this attitude that fine dining and French cooking and classical European preparation are considered superior, while everything else is not. So I see and I read comments like that, and it just reminds me that there is an attitude. There is a mentality still within the culinary world, that poor people's food or food from developing nations, he didn't say developing nations, he was talking about the third world. I don't know who the hell uses the term third world anymore. Is gross and unappealing. Folks, food is history and food is politics. My people eat this soup because we were able to survive colonization, racism, forced relocation, gentrification, oppression. And we were able to take scraps of food and turn it into miracles. We were able to take what we were handed and what we were sometimes had to fight for or forage for and turn it into extraordinary works of art like this soup. And you know, I don't want to go crazy into it. The internet is filled with morons. We all know that. This platform is filled with incredibly stupid people. But we have the opportunity to share these beliefs and these perspectives. And I actually prefer that the morons speak because I want to know who's a moron and who's not. I don't want to leave it to surprise. So it's just, you know, I'm not going to post the person's name. I don't know how to do all that stuff like on Facebook when someone makes, not on Facebook, on TikTok, when someone makes a comment, you can highlight. I don't know how to do all that. I'm still new to making tiki-tikis. And I'm not going to like dox anybody. I don't want to get into that. That's not my gig, but I will address it. I will say something about it because I think it comes from a deeply, deeply ignorant, disturbed place. And it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder that no matter what it is that we do, whatever we participate in, whatever the hobby, whatever the platform, that there's people with those attitudes and that mentality is still there. Some people would be like, why are mukbangs are not supposed to be political? Food, folks, food has always been political. Food justice, food scarcity, food neglect. Food is deeply political and very historic and talks to our resistance and our repression, our colonization, our enslavement. Our food tells all of our histories and how we survived and how we thrive and how we have evolved and how we have been able to push forward, succeed, and live and make incredible things out of scraps, you know. So I just wanted to bring that up. It was just something that really bothered me. And I want to share this delicious sopa de salchichon with you. Poor people's food. As though there's anything wrong with being poor or there's anything wrong with working class people. And the food that we eat and the cuisines that we have created. Which incidentally, there have been cuisines that we have created that are now high class, fine dining. All coming from people's histories, you know. Representing, you know, poor people's fights. And it's just, it's a lot, folks. It's Monday. My brain is still a little fried from the day. I had the most Monday of Mondays. But I just saw that comment like an hour ago and I just felt like, ooh, I'm having the sopa for leftovers. So I just want to address it. And yes, this is a total brag. This is delicious. I made it. I would rather have this soup than go to any fine dining establishment in downtown Manhattan pay for a bisque or pay for a caldo or pay for a broth. Rather have this than pay for any of those things, which have little to no heartiness, flavor, and are 1/3 of this amount, but cost like more than more than the book bag I bought. You know, I much rather have this, a soup made from salami sausage, Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Cuban influenced, than have a fine lobster bisque and pay $45 because I'm in Midtown and in a place that's James Beard, rated and all that nonsense. My sopa de salchichón is 4-star. Always has been, always will be. So, I'm going to get off the topic. I've ranted enough. I should have prepared a little bit better, but I'm just freestyling because it just bothers me. I'm not going to get into... I have a long history of work around food justice, food history, food scarcity, which I don't always talk about, but there's a long history of it. And a lot of it is based on class and gentrification and, what happens to our neighborhoods and what happened, redlining, red streaming, why when gentrification happens, food becomes almost next to impossible to buy and afford. It's all a rich tapestry. One of these days I'll get into a little bit more when I've been able to prepare and think about it. Right now I'm just shooting from the hip because I'm a little angry, tired, stressed, and tired of people's ridiculousness. Sometimes these platforms, I've been having fun on TikTok, but there's people who come at you at TikTok all types of crazy, even on Facebook lately too. And I think to myself, what gives you the right to be that disgusting? What makes you think you have the right to be that disgusting? And then I remember that they do have the right, and that it's the same right that I exercise when I talk about how much I love food or when I talk about my life on this platform. And then I go, okay, that's good that I know. This is the person I get to block. This is the person that if I want to call them out, everyone will see it. I'm not a doxer. I'm not going to do that. I haven't reached that level where I want to dox people. You never know. But no, I'm not letting the haters and the ridiculous racists bother me in any way. I refuse to let it. It's Monday. That'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday thing. I'm just enjoying my people's food, my poor people's food, my food of resistance and resilience and struggle. A national dish that I love, porque yo soy boricua de pura cepa, New Yorican de pura cepa, I'm Puerto Rican down to my heart, to my bones. My people eat soup like this all the time, and I'm proud. Mira, sofrito lovers, yo me voy a tomar esto más tarde. I'm going to finish it later. Just wanted to rant a little bit. Thank you for listening. Como siempre, mucho, mucho amor. Go out there, go have some culinary adventures. Go taste some poor people's food. Or maybe just prepare something from your culture that you love and enjoy it. And hopefully it'll be free of ridiculous, racist, classist judgment. Embrace the love, mi gente. Embrace the intelligence as well and embrace knowledge. Good thing. Mira, como siempre, mucho, mucho amor.